WH questions in English, the questions starting with who, what, where, when, why. Welcome to mini story number 6, the Harley Davidson lover, where we are going to talk about all the possible questions you are going to be asked. You could be asked in English and in your English conversations, starting with WH. For example, who are you? Who are you? What are you doing here? What you're doing here? Where are you from? Where are you from? Where do you live today? What do you do? Profession, occupation. What is your job? When did you arrive? When will you arrive? Why are you here? Job interview. Why should I choose, pick, select you for this job, for this position? Okay? And this is the video story we are going to use to learn and, more importantly, to train our minds to be able to listen and answer automatically, quickly, confidently all the questions and all the WH questions without thinking, translating, processing. Because the thing is, most or many of the conversations you are going to have in English, they will have a lot of WH questions in the first 5 minutes of the conversation. Because these are questions to understand who am I talking to? Who are you? What is your first name? What is your last name? What do you do? What's your job, profession, occupation? Are you a doctor? Are you an architect? Are you a pastor? Are you a mechanic, an engineer, a lawyer? Okay? What do you like to do? Hobbies. What do you do? Profession, occupation, job. What do you like to do? Hobbies. In your free time, when you are not working. Okay? Where are you from? Where do you come from? Where were you born? Where do you live today? Where do you work? When did you arrive? When will you arrive? When is your birthday? When were you born? Day, time, year. Where were you born? Location. In what city? When? Time, day, month, January, February, March. 10th, 1986, 1994. Why? Why should I choose you for this position? Why are you here? Immigration. Who are you? What's the purpose of a trip here? Who's your wife? Who's your family? So, exactly, precisely because many of the conversations you are going to have in English, they will have, you will be asked these questions in the beginning, in the first 5-7 minutes of the conversation, many times, exactly because of this, it becomes extremely important for you to be able to listen and answer automatically these questions. So your self-confidence builds up, goes up. Because think about this. It's just like sports, okay? Martial arts, jiu-jitsu, tennis, soccer. Remember about Brazil versus Germany, 2014? Brazil lost 7-1. 7 goals for Germany, 1 Brazil. It was humiliating. Mineirão, Belo Horizonte, 2014. And the problem was that Germany scored 3 goals right in the beginning of the match. Too early. And then Brazil got lost. Self-confidence plummeted. So, the conversations, many of the conversations you are going to have, you will be asked these questions. Or in the beginning, people will ask you these questions. If you have to think, translate, process, you will start losing. You will start 0-3. And then your self-confidence, and then you get nervous, anxious, confused, and then you have a bad experience. That's not what you want. You want to have an amazing experience speaking in English with people. That's why we are going to train, okay, our minds to be able to listen and answer these questions quickly and automatically. Let's watch the video story of our mini story number 6 again, and then we'll go right to the questions. This is a video about a man, okay, named John, 40 years old, a businessman, and a Harley Davidson lover. This is who he is. Who will always talk about people, names. Who invented the iPhone? Who discovered Brazil? Who was elected president? Who is your wife? Who's your wife? And 95% of the times, someone asks, who are you? Who is this man in the video? Who is he? Who's she? The question, who are you? Who is that person? Who is that man? Is asking for a brief, short description. Okay? Name, profession, something that person loves, does, age, 40 years old. Okay? What does he like to do in his free time? To ride his Harley Davidson. When? On weekends, especially on Sundays. Where? In the mountains located in the countryside near his house. So, who talks about people, names, and characteristics of those people? What can be used to ask a variety of questions? What is your first name? What is your last name? What do you do? Profession, occupation, job. What does this man do? He's a businessman. What does he like to do? Hobbies. Ride his Harley Davidson. Okay? Immigration. What's the purpose of your trip here? So, there are many questions that could be asked, starting with what? Where? Always talks about location, places. Where do you live? São Paulo, Brasília, Belo Horizonte, Orlando. Where were you born? Where are you from? Where do you come from? Cidade de origem. Okay? Where do you like to go to have dinner? Restaurants. But we are talking about places. And those places, the restaurants, the shopping centers, the church, they have a location, of course. Okay? Where is your church? Where do you go to church? Where is your church? Is a question about specific address. What is the address of the church? Where do you go to church? Is a question about what church do you attend? What church do you go to? What is the name of your church? Another example. Where do you work? Is a question about what company do you work for? What is the name of the company? What is the segment, the niche, the market? When someone asks, where do you work? They are not asking what is the address, street number, avenue, neighborhood, bairro, zip code, né, CEP. They are not asking for the literal address of your job. Okay? Where do you work is like, what is the name of the company where you work? Where talks about places and location. Okay? When talks about time, days, months, years. When were you born? January 2nd, June 30th, October 29th, August 2nd. Time, days, years. And why does John love to ride his Harley Davidson on weekends? For what reason? What is the purpose? Why does he like it so much? Because riding his Harley Davidson makes him remember, experience the feelings of freedom, strength, and independence he learned during the period of time in which he served his country in the military as a Navy SEAL. O que nos traz ao texto da nossa historinha. There's a man named John. He is 40 years old today, and he used to be a Navy SEAL. Today, he's a businessman. John used to be a Navy SEAL. He is a businessman today. The former, the ex, the retired Navy SEAL is a Harley Davidson enthusiast, a Harley Davidson fan, client, customer, lover. Okay? A member of the Harley Davidson community. The slogan of Harley Davidson is United We Ride. It's a community. And the members of the Harley Davidson community, they love Harley Davidson. They are fans. They are much more than clients and customers. They are fans. They are Harley Davidson lovers. They are Harley Davidson enthusiasts. On weekends, especially on Sundays, John often rides his motorcycle through the mountains located in the countryside near his home. This is one of his favorite hobbies, as these moments reinforce the feelings of freedom, strength, and independence. Freedom, liberty, to be free. Strength, force, power, and independence that John learned, developed while, during the time in which he served as a Navy SEAL. While serving as a Navy SEAL. During the period of time in which he served. While. So, John used to be a Navy SEAL.